Yo. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV and the House Like Kitchen Sinks. Now, before I get into this afternoon's video, if you will, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set, whatever you may be representing. Let it be known. Oftentimes, I speak about prison and I talk about some of the cardinal sins in prison. Some of them are pretty self-explanatory. Don't tell, see no evil, hear no evil. Definitely don't steal from anybody. Don't mess with others' properties, such as boyfriends and significant others. You definitely don't want to do that. Don't gamble. Don't borrow. These are some of the cardinal sins in prison that you just don't do because they only lead to trouble. They only lead to immediate violence. Got a prime example, a prime situation of why it's not good to borrow. And these are two individuals that are homeboys. Like, they from the same city. They know each other. Now, they didn't come up together as far as in the same, hoods or whatever. But, again, they're from the same turf. You got Big Lee. Big Lee, man, shoot, about 6'3". Got to be weighing in at 300 pounds. If he's not 300, he's close to it, 280. He's bench pressing 315 in the weight pile for sets of 10s, 5 sets of 10s, with his feet in the air. Ain't nothing. He's just throwing up the weight like it ain't nothing. Dark-skinned dude, wore glasses, had like a little baby afro, man. Cool, laid-back dude, man. Didn't bother nobody, kind of quiet, soft-spoken or whatever, but he was well-respected in the streets, man. You got Momo. Momo probably was weighing in at about 205. He was also a dark-skinned dude, was cut up, loved to stay in the weight pile, but his strength was nowhere near a Big Lee's strength. Now, he's about 100 pounds off, 85, 90 pounds off, so that had a lot to do with it just as well. But the fact that Momo was 5'11", he felt like he was 300 pounds. So, if you look at this situation, you would think that these two individuals would, be able to coincide and get along. And for the most part, they did. You got a situation where Momo, he's expecting his money to arrive, but it hadn't arrived yet. He had just gotten down to that prison. He had just gotten transferred from another facility. So he's waiting on his money to arrive. A lot of times what ends up happening is, back in the day, they used to have to go off money orders. Now you got JPay. JPay machine is just basically, you can send the money instantly, with your debit card. And within an hour or two, probably quicker than that, it's going to be on the inmate's account. But as I mentioned, back in the day, you didn't have JPay. Everything had to be a postal money order. Well, he had a money order that was sent to him, but he ended up getting transferred before the money order got there. So now the money order is caught up in the matrix. It's going to get to him. It's going to catch up with him. But sometimes those money orders arrive on a turtle. You see what I'm saying? So he gets down, to the prison or whatever. He goes to Big Lee. Now, Big Lee's a store man. He's a hustler. He runs tickets, parlay tickets, and he's the store man. Okay, you need 2 noodles, I need 3 back. You need 2 honey buns, I need 3 back. You need 3 sodas, I need 5 back. You see what I'm saying there? Everything is a hustle. It's all about money. Don't stop being made just because you're in prison. Goes to Big Lee. Big Lee, man, I need about $20 worth of items or whatever. All right, man, I'm going to need 30 back. No problem, man. When you going to have my bread? I got you on, my money should be here on Friday. I have my money on Friday. I go to the store, that Monday or Tuesday, what have you, and I got you back. All right, no problem. He comes just like the store. He shops. He brings his little bag in. Your laundry bag. It's like just a net bag in prison they give you. And he gets some Zoom Zooms, Wham Whams, meaning, honey buns and cakes. And, he's going to get him some noodles and a few Faygo sodas. That's what they sell in prison. A couple popcorns, just some things to kind of tide him over until his money arrives. Now, his homeboys had gotten together and they all chipped in. It's like 4 or 5 of them. They all chip in. It's like $350 that they're going to send him. Everything's cool. They give it to his girl. Oftentimes, that's what ends up happening. Now, when I send my partners money, back in the day or whatever, I would always just send it myself. I would take the time to go to the post office, write a little letter or whatever, send it in there, because stuff like that takes you a long way in prison, just the fact that a individual takes the time to sit down and write, that will help get you through the week, because prison is it's a lonely place. And so your average individual is not going through all that. Hey man, I gave the money to your girl, man. She gonna send it or whatever. Dudes feel like it's your girl's job. We gonna give her the money, let her send it. They come up with $350, they give it to his girl. Everything's cool. He's happy. He got some food. He know the money's coming. His partners, they don't lie to him. You see what I'm saying? And typically, his girl would keep it real. She tells you it's gonna rain, don't ask when, just go get your raincoat. That's the type of relationship and trust that he had in her. Friday comes, the money order doesn't arrive. Don't usually get money orders on the weekend because you don't get mail on the weekends in prison. Monday, he know the money's gonna be there. It's not there. Tuesday, Wednesday. He's asking his girl, baby, I thought you sent the money order. I did, baby. I don't know. I sent it. Been a week, money's not there. Oh, girl done stopped answering the phone for a couple of days. He don't know what's going on. He's calling his girl. He's calling his partners, man. We definitely gave it to him, man. I know my baby she don't usually lie to me. I wonder what's going on. He's writing administration. As far as the lady that's over inmate accounts or whatever, they write him back, tell him, no, we haven't received anything or whatever. He don't know what's going on. But what he knows is he owes his $30 to Big Lee. Yeah, we from the same city. We from the same neck of the woods, but business is business, B. And I got to get this money paid. He goes to Big Lee. Hey, Big Lee, bro, I don't know what's going on, man. But I'm going to get you your bread. The money's on its way. I don't know if it done got caught up in the mail. I don't know what's going on, but my girl sent it. I got $350 on the way. I got you, bro. I don't know what's going on, but I just want to come to you and just be real with you and let you know, man, the money's coming. Man, I appreciate you coming at me, man. I know sometimes things happen or whatever. It done happened to me a time or two, bro. So, yeah, just get that to me. But, I appreciate you coming to me. No problem, man. Another whole week goes past. You ever owe somebody some money and they're not really saying anything, but you can tell that it's an issue because they start to kind of look at you strange. They kind of start to, I don't know, act kind of funny towards you. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just one of those things to where he don't know what's going on. He can't really call his partners at that time because he has no more money on the phone. So you need money in prison. You need money to do the bare necessities like make a phone call, write a letter, to get a stamped envelope. All of these things cost money. If you don't have anybody sending you any money or you don't have any money on your account, guess what? You're going to be messed around. Like I said, a couple weeks passes. No word. Money ain't came through. About 2.5 weeks. Big Lee hadn't even been saying anything. Hey, bro, let me holler at you, man. What's up with that dust, man? Big Lee would always say dust. He didn't say money. What's up with that dust, man? Bro, I don't know what's going on, man. My girl, dog, she insists that she sent the money. It's $350, big bro. I don't know what's going on. Well, listen, man, I don't know what's going on either, man. But I'm gonna give you till Friday to get that dust in here, man. Or we gonna have to, we gonna have to do something. Cause I can't take no L's, man. I'm not into taking L's. Friday comes, still no money. Big Lee tells him, look, man, I'm gonna give you another week, man. I'm gonna give you another week. At this point, it's almost a month. I'm gonna give you another week. But now, you owe me 60. Damn, big bro, you gonna do me like that, man? You owe me 60. And every week that money don't come, guess what? It's going up $20. Another couple weeks passes by. It's tension on the yard between them two. Big Lee, it's not really too much tension on him, but he wants his money, but he got plenty of money. He got a locker full of stuff. He got lockers full of food. He's a store man. But at the same time, I can't let nobody, because if I allow you to get away with this, guess what? Everybody else is going to try to get away with it. Plus, I feel like you lightweight trying to play me here, man. You putting it off on your girl, but it's been a month and you ain't got my bread yet. Like I said, a whole month goes past. Dude is on the phone. He's able to get through and talk to his girl. He's arguing with her up and down. I sent it. I don't know. I sent it. I tell you what, I get paid this Friday and I make sure that you got something in there. But I sent the money. I don't know where it's at. Well, it's the money order. It should be able to be tracked, right? Friday comes along. A few days later after that, he gets a receipt. When I say he gets a receipt, I'm speaking of, Momo. He gets a receipt. $350 receipt, man. Money just miraculously just comes in after she gets paid. He puts two and two together. He puts one and one together. She must have something to do. She done took the money that my partners gave her. See what I'm saying? And did what she needed to do. And then when she got paid, got her check or whatever, got two checks really, put, the money that she had from both checks together, and then sent me the $350 in here. But in the meanwhile, I got beef with this gorilla, man. Yeah, he's a gorilla. Big Lee's a gorilla, man. Goes to Big Lee. Look, bruh, check this out, man. I got my money, $350, just like I said. I'm sorry it took so long, bro. I think my girl, man, she had some stuff to do, and she went on and did what she had to do. And the money that they sent me, just like I just told you all, the money they sent me, she sent it, but she sent it after she got her paychecks or whatever. Man, what's that got to do with me, bro? You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting over a month for my dust. That's what I'm saying, man. I tell you what, give me a list. Give me a list of exactly what you want from the store. I know that I owed you 30, but give me a list, man, for 50. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can call this thing even. Bro, you owe me $100. $100? Come on, G. Give you $100, man. I only borrowed 20. And now you gonna tax me $80, man? For real? That's for us, man. We from the same, you know what I'm saying, set. It's for us, man. Bro, you owe me $100, man. That's just business, man. Look, bro, I can't give you $100, man. You got $350. You just showed me your receipts. Bro, I gotta get my TV. I gotta get my shoes. I gotta get my cooler, my sweatsuit. Yeah, you can have coolers in prison. Oftentimes people say, Kens, how do you keep your food cold in prison? You know, your if you buy chicken or burgers, patties and your banquet chicken and your chicken tenders, and how do you keep all that stuff cold? You got coolers. You fill your cooler up 3 or 4 times a day, dump the water out or whatever once the ice starts to melt. Put your food, pack it tightly or whatever, your bologna, your ham or whatever, your cheese, put it in that cooler and cover it up with ice. That's how you keep your food cold. But all of that stuff costs. They're not just giving you a cooler. But nevertheless, bro, I give you 50, man. That's all I can do. Damn, so you saying you're not gonna pay me my money, man. Bro, I'm gonna give you $50. I'm paying you your money. I only borrowed $20 from you. So they're going back and forth about that. Big Lee say, hey, man, I'm done arguing, bro. I'm done arguing. I'm give me my money or else it's on. Momo, he ain't no punk by any stretch of the imagination. But he don't really want to see Big Lee like that. But dog, I'll be damned. I'm not giving him no $100, man. I try to make this thing right. I try to tell him that, I give him the 50. He's telling other people about the scenario or whatever. I try to give him the 50, man. Try to, do the right thing, mate. But nah, he's not trucking me. That's what they call it in prison, man. Trucking me. That means basically taking advantage of me, just taking from me. He's not about to truck me, man. Ain't happening. Big Lee gives him another deadline. That deadline comes and goes. He don't give it to him. What he does is he goes to the store, $50 worth of items. Like I said, stuff that he knows that Big Lee likes. Things that Big Lee can sell, loan out and get back. Whole bunch of honey buns. Whole bunch of Faygo sodas. Popcorns. Chips. Stuff like that. Tuna pouches. Takes it in under Big Lee, man. It's $50, man. Big Lee don't want to take it. Bro, it's $50, man. That's all I'm going to give you. It's all I got. Big Lee, nah. I ain't taking nothing, man. This ain't 100. This ain't all my money. Now, Big Lee was in one of those situations to where he was getting money on the yard. Like I said, he was a store man. He was the ticket man. He was he ran some poker tables, and he was also getting at K2 in, at Ren, at Spiz Ice, at Spiggity. Yes, girl was bringing it in, through visitation or whatever. Never had her bring in anything else outside of that, to my knowledge. Maybe a little, cigarettes or something like that. But Big Lee was getting that bread, and he was working them green dot cards. For y'all not familiar with green dot card, basically it's just a card that you can purchase at the store for like $4, $3.99, and money can be loaded onto the card. This was before Cash App. So if I have a green dot card, you have a green dot card, and I want to send you $75, $50, $100, or whatever, I get your account number. I go on the phone, type in your account number, transfer the funds. Money's there. Green dots. Man, dudes, I done seen dudes make so much money on them green dot cards in prison. So Big Lee, he's working them green dots, so he's not really trying to find himself in a situation where he's gonna get in trouble and he's gone off the yard. But he got runners. He got dudes that pretty much, do what he tells them to do. Talk to the dudes I feed if you got problems. That's what he would tell people, man. Talk to the dudes I feed if you got problems, man. He's trying to keep his hands clean. Whenever he got the K2 or the Ren, the cigarettes or whatever, his hands are never dirty. He gives it to his little crew, and they go out and they sell it, and they, make them profit off of it and bring him the majority of the money back. This is how it was working. Big Lee said, okay, this is what we gonna do. He tells a couple of his little partners or whatever, I need y'all to plant this in dude's locker. Take a shank. Put it in Momo's locker. Somebody drops a note. I'm not saying that Big Lee did it, but he had it arranged. A note was dropped to the staff. This inmate has a shank, a dangerous weapon in his locker. Staff gets the note. They go and bust in the locker. Now, Momo, he's at work. They get into the locker. As soon as they open the locker, the shank falls straight down. Boom, hits the floor. Makes that noise or whatever. Like metal sounding noise, when it hits the tile floor. They immediately go out to the job site, get Momo, bring him back. He don't know what's going on. He's arrested. He got his hands behind his back. I know I ain't done nothing. What is the problem? I ain't done nothing. He's in the hole. A few hours later, he finds out why he's in the hole. He don't even know why he's in the hole. They end up finding a shank, as I mentioned, in his locker. Man, I ain't got no shank, man. I ain't never had no shank. I don't need no shank. Nah, man, it ain't mine. Well, it got to be yours. We found it in your locker. Man, somebody planted that there. It ain't mine. I ain't had no, man, nah, that ain't mine, man. Well, it's yours. We found it in your locker. So he's in the hole and he's fighting, these charges or whatever. In prison, they give you what's called a legal aid. A legal aid is just basically another inmate that's gone through the legal aid training. It's like a 6 to 8 week training. And basically, you learn the ins and outs and the intricacies of the prison laws, the prison rules. And basically, they go into, it's like court. So when they have court call, in which they present the write-up against you or the allegations against you, you bring your legal aid in there. Now, you got some legal aids, man, that, hey, they was beating almost every case because they're stating facts. And if you have a legal aid that's powerful like that, they're going to get you off the yard, man, because they don't want you on the yard. You disrupting the flow. They call it administrative transfer. They're going to transfer you for no reason just to get you off the yard. Momo had a powerful legal aid, man. They violated his due process for the simple fact that whenever they shake you down, you are to be present. He was at the job site. He wasn't present during the shakedown. So being that he wasn't present during the shakedown, it's kind of like a technicality. The charges must be thrown out. Charges get dismissed. They let him out of the hole. He already knows who's responsible for putting his shank in his locker. He's furious at this point. Okay. That's what we doing. That's what we doing now. So he gets out of the hole, whatever. He don't say anything to Big Lee. He spends about a week in the hole. He don't say a word to Big Lee. Big Lee don't say a word to him. But everybody knows that it's up. Everybody knows that it's on the yard. It's just a matter of time. I guess Momo didn't want to get into any trouble just as well. He was getting closer to going home on parole or having an opportunity to go home on parole. So he didn't want to go and fight, because he wasn't going to be able to fight Big Lee just head up. He's going to have to use a weapon. He's going to have to do something to him in order to get back at him. All right. You want to play dirty? You want to kill my dog? Guess what? I'm going to kill your cat. As I mentioned, he knew that Big Lee was getting the Ren in through his girl on visitation. You want to drop notes? I got something for you. He drops a couple notes to the staff. Has a couple notes dropped to the staff. Can't say that he did it specifically, but it's my opinion, allegedly, because this is like really, really what happened. These are two real individuals, like their real names. Allegedly, had a note dropped to the staff. Big Lee's bringing ran, contraband into the facility. His girl brings it every Saturday when she comes to visit. Nothing said. It's not like they knew who dropped the note. It was an anonymous note. Like clockwork. Saturday comes around. Big Lee's girl comes to visit. When she comes to visit, ma'am, could you come with us? For what? Just step over here, man. We need to speak with you briefly. Normal. She knows something is not right because the normal process is, the normal routine rather is, she walks through the gates, pat her down or whatever, take the little wine, make sure she doesn't have anything on her, lets her go on a visit. This time they take her in a room. Got the state police there. Pat her down, strip search her. They find a wren on her. They find that K2. Now, K2 is very, very small. It's like a spice. It's not even, so you can have a lot of it, and it doesn't appear to be that much, but it's a lot. They find some cigarettes or whatever, and immediately they take her into custody. She's arrested. They call Big Lee for visitation. He's not really sure what's going on. He's walking up to visitation. He think he's going on, a regular visit. Once he gets there, they cuff him, take him to the hoe. What you taking me to the hoe for? What's going on or whatever? They present the evidence as far as your girl. Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that. I don't know nothing. That's the role that Big Lee's playing. He don't know nothing. Take his girl down to the Fayette County Detention Center, charge her with a felony, contraband, in a state facility. The kids is with her. They take the kids. All of this over some spice, some spiggity. Luckily for her, she didn't end up having a criminal record, and so those charges were amended down to a misdemeanor. But she had to get an attorney. It took months. She got her kids back, but they just took the kids for like a day or so, and then until like a family member can come and get the kids. Big Lee had to ultimately take the charges, because if he didn't, that was part of the plea deal to amend the charges down on his girl. He ended up getting an extra year for promoting dangerous contraband. Visitations were permanently suspended. They couldn't talk to each other. Well, they could talk, but they couldn't, have any form of visitations permanently. He ends up getting like 6 months in the hole. He gets shipped to a different facility. All over $20 that was borrowed, man. $20. I've seen situations turn out way worse than this. I've seen situations where a dude just gets beat half to death. $20, man. Less than $20. A pack of 50-cent cookies. 2 or 3 noodles. $2 or $3. I've seen dudes nearly get their lives taken over the most minute of things in prison. Because, see, prison's all about respect. It's not even about the amount. It's about respect. You don't borrow because you don't really have any control over that. I've seen times dudes borrow, and they girl, between the time that she was supposed to send the money, she done got mad and found another dude and left him and stopped sending the money. So when you borrowing money, you just hoping that money arrives. Oh, my money's good. Yeah, your money's good, but what if it's not good? This person's not trying to hear my girl didn't send it, or my girl needed this to pay bills, but she's going to send it when she gets her check. Now they're going to tax you, and they're going to keep taxing you in prison and keep taxing you to where you can't pay it. Now, when you get to that point, depending on who you dealing with, they coming for something else. Oh, yeah, you're going to pay with something. You got something to pay with. Now, everybody don't play that. Everybody's not like that. But you got a lot of individuals that are like that. And so it's best, I know in prison, a lot of times you're hungry. I know a lot of times, you smell that food cooking, that popcorn, that chicken, but it's best to just let your ribs touch and wait until your money arrives, or wait until lunch or breakfast the next morning. Because as I mentioned, once you borrow that money, you don't know when your money's going to arrive, if it arrives, man. Cardinal sin, man. They call it loan borrowing and trading in prison. Never borrow anything from anybody in prison. Real Kids TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to hit that post notification, so anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive Real Kids TV.